Hey YouTube world, what's going on? Hey, if you're a second gen Camaro fanatic, maybe this is the video for you. We got ourselves here a 1981 Chevy Camaro Z28 that we picked up a couple years back, did some work to it. I just got up on the lift this morning here to do an oil change and look over some things. So, without further ado, hang tight, we'll get this video started. So again, this morning we're just going to do a oil change on this Camaro. Just a bone stock 350, nothing special. Does have an old flat tappet cam in it, so we did get some good oil with the zinc additive. Of course, today's oil has changed, and they don't put the zinc additive in there. I think they call it a ZDDP additive, which is needed for your flat tappet hydraulic camshafts. So today we're going to go with Valvoline. I think it's a VR1 20W50. Take a look here. Yes, it is a Valvoline VR1 20W50. And as far as an oil filter, we're going to use the Wix filter 51009, or excuse me, 51069. So while this oil's draining here, just take a quick look here at this car. We bought this car a few years ago out of Pennsylvania, actually Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. It was a local car. I'd exchanged some hands a few times. It ended up going up on Marketplace, and I was the lucky guy to be able to purchase this car. It isn't perfect. It does have some rust. It's got some scratches. It has been repainted. But the cool thing is, it's still a second-gen Camaro. So again, if you're a second-gen Camaro fan like we are, you can appreciate this car. Again, like I said, it's got a few dings. It's got a couple dents. And of course, it has the rusty fender. If you have a second-gen Camaro, you know what that's all about. So anyhow, we bought this car. It was a roller. Get that before I make a mess. Ended up finding an old small block Chevy. Nothing special. Threw it down in the car. Ended up replacing the transmission after about 500 miles. Found out it was junk. We also had some fun with it one night. I did, my wife did. I'm going to blame it on my wife. She's got a lead foot, but she don't want to let me know about it. We ended up putting a new posi unit, set of 342 gears in it. Cleaned up the underside. We did end up putting new floor pans in the car. Cleaned the bottom side of the car up here. You can see the frame rails, surprisingly, were amazing. There was one spot which was right in here, which we went ahead and repaired that. I'll turn the light on here. It was right in here. We cut this out and repaired that. Other than that, surprisingly, the car is really, really solid. We ended up replacing the body mounts on it, you know, the small things. Threw a set of headers on it, Patriot headers. We did not do anything with that, of course. Ugh, horrible. But anyhow, we're up and we're driving this car. Well, it looks like somebody's having a lot of fun with this car. All that rubber. Again, remember, this is my wife's car, so she drives it. Yep. You can see a little bit of bubblage right here. Other than that, this is what we got. We did some work to the interior. We've been having fun with it. Take it out, drive it. My wife, she works roughly about 35, 40 minutes from home. Drives it down the interstate, runs great. We did put a stall converter in, small converter. I think it's like a 26 or 2800 stall converter. Perfect for the street. So, other than that, let's get this oil changed and we'll get it down. We'll talk about a couple other things. While this oil's draining, it's still going. let's talk about the suspension on this car. I did put a new set of shocks on here, but I also noticed whenever I put the shocks on that the springs have these spacers on them. And of course, that's a good indication that there's issues with those springs. So we are definitely talking about putting springs on this car. I don't know if we're going to do a factory replacement spring. I know a lot of times people say whenever they put these factory replacement springs on the second gen Camaro, it hikes the front end way up in the air. Some people say you end up cutting a coil or so off them. I hate doing that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Also, I guess they have coilovers. Yank them out of there and put the adjustable coilovers. That's always an option. Again, let me know your thoughts. If you have one of these cars, let me know what you've done with yours. I do see right here on that block a little bit of rubbing where it's going up in the frame. So, of course, they are shot. Now, as far as the back, I do have another set of leaf springs to put on this car. I did notice, I can't see, if you can see, well, I can see it here now. If you look at the left side, the right side, left side, right side, can you tell me what you see different? Yeah, 3 going in and only 2 coming out. I think we got an issue there. This side over here looks pretty good. So, of course, whenever you replace one, you might as well replace the other one. So we do have a good set of leaf springs we're going to put in. They're actually like a new set. The bushings, it's common with these. These are probably original. They are gone. So I know people like Camaro Central and a couple other classic industries and all them, they have a lot of these bushing kits. Can't really get up in there. There we go. So you can always get these kits, and it's definitely going to help. It's going to quiet it up, give you a better ride, and so on. We did replace the bushings in the frame rails here in the front subframe. They were pretty much shot. We have not done anything with the lower control arms. I did take it to the alignment shop just so we could drive, try to get the front end cleaned up a little bit, and the guy said that he could not adjust the camber any more than what was already there because of the springs and the control arm bushings. Apparently they are shot. So, again, let us know your thoughts on that. I've got a chunk missing out of it. Is it easier to just replace the bushings, replace the whole arm with the bushings, or put a set of tubulars on it? I guess there's a lot of ideas here that we could use and come up with. But again, let us know your thoughts. All right, looks like the oil is done draining. That oil filter off here. That's not happening. You know, my hat goes off to a friend of mine. He's got a YouTube channel called Vintage Tins Customs. He does everything one-handed and videos with his other hand. And I tell him he is amazing because very little that I can do with one hand. And obviously, all right, let's get that out of here. Obviously, I needed 2 hands for that. While that's dripping here, let's go over here and put a wick filter on there using the Valvoline VR1 20W50. Let's go ahead and pre-fill. See if I can do this one-handed. Oh my, Mark would be so proud. It's always a good idea to pre-fill your oil filter for them startups. That way it's already got the oil in there. You're not waiting for that oil to fill up in the filter. And I'm going to make a mess. Alright, also, y'all have probably done 150,000 oil changes. Make sure you lube that little rubber seal on there. And let's go see what we got over here. Looks like it's pretty much done. Yep, it needed changed. Please keep in mind, I'm not a professional. I may do things that people don't agree with. I got thick skin. If you want to comment, let a comment tell me what I'm doing wrong and I'm a dum-dum or dumbass. Whatever. I'm cool with that. Old dogs can be taught new tricks. If I said that right. Alright. I lost my wrench. There we go. Good here. Make sure your seals, your old oil filter seal isn't up there. That could create an issue. I've done it several times. Well, looks like it still isn't full. You don't have to do this, but it's always a good idea. Have that oil there, especially if you have a high dollar engine. You know, we're dealing with a high dollar engine here. Whew. I mean a high miles engine. Give her a good tightening. Wipe everything down. This oil, our engine does leak a little bit of oil. Alright. So let's do a quick walk through here. We got the oil drain, new oil filter on there. Transmission, again, that was rebuilt. That looks good and dry. Everything looks good on that. Everything looks great. Exhaust. Nothing leaking there. Nice little H-pipe system. Probably get about 25 horsepower. No, I'm just kidding. Something like this, you ain't going to get no horsepower out of it. Any extra. Everything looks good here. Everything looks good. Just looking for some leaks. Alright. I don't see anything. If you see anything, let me know. Everything's looking good. Alright, we'll get this thing down on the ground and get some oil in it. Take this thing for a little ride. Okay. So, I just put in 5 quarts of Valvoline VR1 20W50. Again, it has the zinc additive in it. It is used for a lot more of your performance engines. Not that this is a performance engine, but you can't go wrong putting good oil in your engine. You know what I mean? It's kind of like drinking cheap beer. It'll do the trick, but it's not really good. So if you get good beer, it's good. You can enjoy it while you're drinking it. Anyhow, I think you know where I'm going with that. Alright, that ought to give it an extra 5 horsepower, clean all them fingerprints and dust off of it. Let's get this thing fired up. Maybe we can do a burnout. Don't tell the wife. Sounds good. Got oil light on. I'll let it run here for a couple minutes, let the oil get circulated through there. Hey, one of the things I want to show, second gen Camaro guys, I just want to point this out. This is something I came across. This was an AC delete box that I found online. Really cool. If you've got a car, it's got that great big AC box out here, and it's just hanging there, and you don't want to take it off and displate your firewall. You can actually get these AC delete boxes. I think they're like $110 on eBay. And you can actually still utilize your heater system. It does have the fan back in here, fan motor. So it works, you know, with your defrost. The rainy days you're leaving the car show and it starts raining. Really very helpful instead of plating that off and not having anything. So just wanted to throw that out there. All right, so we've had this running long enough. Let's check this oil, and again, maybe we can go out here and do a burn off. Bear with me. Okay, so we got this thing off the lift, got the oil changed, went over everything. We're taking this thing down the road. Just to give it a quick test drive here to look things over and maybe do a burn off. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, share this video. Again, if you're a second gen Camaro freak, send us pictures of your car. Let us know what you've done with your Z or your standard Camaro. We'd love to hear from you. Again, my name's Shannon. We're out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. We're a new YouTuber, I guess you'd call it that. Coming up with some videos here. But enough of the chitter chatter. Let's go do a burn off. Who doesn't like a good burnout? Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe.